once, just a few seconds of film with the name Phoebe Cates caused everyone in Hollywood to pause and stare. One of the most recognizable and alluring sequences of the 1980s, the little girl's exit from the pool in Fast Times at Ridgemont High in 1982, will always be inscribed in the memories of millions of people. However, Phoebe decided to leave the spotlight just as her celebrity was starting to reach its zenith. Many claimed she was just sick of the glitz, but the reality of her choice was much more agonizing. At one point, she said, "Leaving Hollywood was the only way to save my life." What may have made a rising star decide to leave the industry? Watch this video to find out. On July 16, 1963, Phoebe Cates was born in New York City. When she was a little girl with big dreams, her primary goal was to become a stunning ballet dancer who could glide over the stage with grace rather than walk the red carpets of Hollywood. However, fate took a turn that compelled her to take a vocation that would ultimately cause her more suffering than happiness, and life can be cruelly humorous. She was born into a family full of celebrities from the entertainment business. Her mother, Lily Cates, was said to have been an actress, and her father, Joseph Cates, was a prominent Broadway producer. Gilbert Cates, Phue's uncle, was a well-known television producer who frequently worked with her father, including on a number of yearly Academy Awards programs. One could assume that Phoebe would inevitably follow in her family's footsteps and become famous and wealthy given their great creative heritage. Oddly enough, though, she had no desire to work in the field. She started modeling at the age of 10 and made appearances in prestigious teen publications, including 17. She never gave up on her goal of becoming a ballet dancer, though. She put in endless hours of training, and when she was awarded a scholarship to the American School of Ballet, one of the most prominent ballet schools at the time, she finally realized her ambition. However, life may be incredibly cruel at times. At the age of 14, Phoebe sustained a serious knee injury just when she was at most happiest and her dream appeared to be within her grasp. In addition to ruining her opportunity to study ballet, the accident made her abandon the school where she had put all of her dreams. Phoebe went back to modeling, but she was more aware of its limitations than ever before. The glitzy appearances and glossy magazine shoots that had once thrilled her had turned to a routine and merely a means of earning a livelihood. That job felt like an endless loop. "I did it only for the money. There was no joy left in it," Phoebe said disillusionedly afterwards. She was determined to find a new path to replace the vacuum left by dance, since she didn't want to live a life devoid of joy. Models transitioning into acting was not unusual at the time. Additionally, Phoebe was given the opportunity to audition with ease due to her impressive appearance and professional experience. But she was utterly shocked when confronted with the hard reality of acting. She was astonished and on the edge of giving up when the demands of her first part exceeded her expectations. However, it seems that fate had already made up its mind. The road ahead could not be turned back. Phoebe's acting career started in 1982 when she landed her first part in the oddball movie Paradise. The daring and provocative scenes, which Phoebe never wanted to be a part of, were what set this Canadian romantic adventure film apart. She felt extremely uneasy throughout the film's nude sequences. But like many young people who are influenced by their family's expectations, Phoebe accepted the part, mostly because her father strongly encouraged her to do so since he wanted to see her get into the movie business. He thought his daughter had a great chance here. Even though Phoebe didn't enjoy the thought of showing herself naked on film, she made an effort to be brave. Unfortunately, Phoebe's comfort was not a priority for Paradise's director or producers. They used her naivete and lack of experience. She had grudgingly consented to certain naked scenes, but she was unaware that a body double would be used for clopes without her consent. Since Phoebe had never desired to accept the part in the first place, she was incensed and felt totally taken advantage of when she eventually learned. She later acknowledged that she was overcome with sadness and disappointment when the filming was completed. She was devastated by the event and realized that the producers had breached both their promises and her boundaries. In interviews, Phoebe once acknowledged that she severed all ties with her co-star Willie Ames and all other production crew members after Paradise was shot. He disclosed that Phoebe was furious and didn't want to be involved in the film. She even declined to take part in any marketing campaigns. Nevertheless, Phoebe continued on despite her disappointment. She also landed parts in other movies, such as Fast Times at Ridgemont High, which became a genuine American classic due to its now iconic bikini scene that everyone can still recall. Even though Phoebe didn't like discussing it, that particular movie gave her the attention she had long sought, even though her subsequent career wasn't always easy. Although Phoebe's fast speeds at Ridgemont High greatly increased her awareness and provided her with new opportunities in the industry, stardom came with its own set of difficulties. Phoebe was not an exception to the rule that Hollywood isn't always fair or nice to its stars. The ensuing years were difficult. As assignments grew increasingly scarce, she soon had to deal with the terrible reputation of a has-been despite her increasing popularity. Nevertheless, Phoebe remained resilient despite all of the difficulties. When Phoebe took the stage in the play The Nest of the Woodgrass in 1984, she found her true calling. Her life changed because theater offered her a sense of security and independence that Hollywood was never able to provide. Following that, Phoebe kept getting compliments on her stage appearances, and it was there that she experienced true happiness for the first time. Phoebe never regretted choosing to pursue a career in theater, saying, "There aren't many great roles for women in films, but the stage has plenty." It was where she really belonged, she thought. Phoebe only made a few appearances in films over her career, and not all of them were particularly noteworthy. Nonetheless, her fans will never forget movies like Princess Caribou, Drop Dead Fred, and Gremlins. Despite her brief career in cinema, Phoebe became a singular icon of the 1980s, and her art is still admired today. In addition to defining her career, these movies cemented her place in cinematic history. Phoebe Cate formally said goodbye to the big screen in 2000 when she starred in The Anniversary Party. She has mostly distanced herself from Hollywood since then. Nevertheless, Phoebe discovered something much more satisfying despite the fact that the film industry was unable to retain her. Love in a life focused on her own interests. Was her romantic life, however, as convoluted as her work life? Let's examine her previous relationships in more detail. Phoebe Cate was regarded as a private individual who took great care to protect her private life. She kept her personal affairs and relationships private, in contrast to many other celebrities. Many people thought that Phoebe's constant attempts to keep her romantic life private were due to her discomfort with the media prying into such intimate details. Her first relationship in the entertainment world was a prime example of her lack of pride in all the guys she had dated, which might also be the cause. Film producer Stavros Mios was Phoebe's first recognized partner in show industry. When Phoebe was still a popular model with no plans to pursue a career in Hollywood, the two initially met at the historic Studio 54. She was convinced to start acting by Stavros, who was instantly enthralled with her beauty and charm. The pair shared an intimate bond and lived near to one another for 3 years. The causes of their split, however, were never made public. Many believe the relationship didn't work out, even though Stavros later spoke positively of Phoebe, complimenting her calm demeanor and lack of ego. In interviews, Phoebe hardly ever brought him up, and some people think she never truly forgiven him for persuading her to pursue a career that would ultimately leave her feeling deflated and worn out. Phoebe swiftly started a new romance after her breakup with Stavros, this time with Willie Ames, her co-star from Paradise. The pair attempt to replicate their on-screen chemistry in real life, but as many had foreseen, bringing romance from the big screen to the real world is not always successful. Only a year into their relationship, they quietly broke up, and Phoebe resumed her quest for true love. Phoebe eventually fell in love with actor Kevin Kline, whom she would go on to say was a lasting and satisfying relationship. Phoebe was just 19 and still modeling when they first met, while Kevin was 35 and already a well-known actor who had appeared in well-known theater productions like Loose Ends. It took some time for their connection to grow. At first, Kevin believed Phoebe was too youthful and energetic to settle down with someone like him. However, the bond between them was evident when they reconnected later. Their true love story started at that point. Following years of dating and overcoming many obstacles, Phoebe and Kevin were married in a private ceremony in New York in 1989. Though they kept their romance out of the public light, their merger produced a lovely, grounded family life. The couple welcomed their first son, Owen Joseph, in 1991 and their daughter, Greta Simone, in 1994. Phoebe became a mother very quickly and soon found herself juggling work and family obligations. She eventually came to the realization that she had to choose between the two. She ultimately made the decision to give up acting in order to focus on raising her kids. According to her, "I knew acting was no longer for me, I just didn't have the motivation anymore." As for Kevin Kline, he believed their age difference was actually what kept their love strong. By the time he met Phoebe, he was in his 40s and had already outgrown his obsession with Hollywood fame. He said this maturity became the secret glue that held their marriage together through the years. Kevin also emphasized the importance of nurturing their bond, saying, "We always have dinner together at least once a week. Our children have never perceived us as being far away." Their enduring love has been built on that unwavering dedication, a marriage that has lasted over 30 years. Phoebe Cate has solely focused on her family since she retired from acting in 2001. She no longer makes an appearance on film, but she and Kevin Kline still lead a contented, peaceful life together. It's a common misconception that Phoebe Cate quit the entertainment business because she didn't have the skills to support herself, but that couldn't be further from the reality. She enjoyed a lot of success and was well-liked because of her famous movie appearances. But after living through heyday of celebrity, Cate no longer felt contentment in the fast-paced, frequently shallow world of Hollywood. She opted for a quieter, simpler life away from the limelight instead. She once said that her family and her new business endeavors were what really made her happy, despite the fact that some people couldn't understand her choice. Phoebe Cate, meanwhile, was never really forgotten in Hollywood. She occasionally joins her husband, Kevin Kline, who is an actor and director at professional events. Her path took a new turn in 2005 when she opened the Blue Tree store in Manhattan, New York. This action signaled her transition from actress to businesswoman. The store is more than just a place to buy things. It is a creative manifestation of Phoebe's aesthetic sensibility and taste. Blue Tree sells a carefully chosen of stuffed animals, jewelry, clothes, perfumes, and artwork. Her distinct sense of style is evident in every item. The company soon became well known and a local favorite, demonstrating that Cates' commercial career was as prosperous as her acting one. Phoebe enjoyed managing the store and living freely away from the demands of the entertainment industry because of her excellent sense of style and attention to detail. She has been away from Hollywood for a long time, yet she has no regrets or feelings of loss. Conversely, she is really happy with the peaceful life she has choose. Although celebrity in Hollywood offered her many chances, Cate once stated that she never really wanted to be a star. She clarified that some individuals find that difficult to understand. However, I'm content with my life. Her choice demonstrates not just her power and independence, but also her free spirit, which is unrestricted by other people's conceptions and expectations. In addition to her business endeavors, Phoebe Cates demonstrated her lesser-known singing ability. She sang in a number of movies during her acting career, most famously the 1982 film Paradise, in which she sang the title song. She also sang the songs Just One Touch and How Do I Let You Know, which were included in the soundtrack of the comedy Private School in 1983. Her singing ability enhanced the allure of her acting career, even though she never sought a career in professional music. Few's children have likewise found their own ways in the world of art and entertainment. Greta Kleen, her daughter, rose to fame as an independent musician renowned for her distinctive style and lyrical lyrics influenced by the poetry of Frank O'Hara. Like his father, her son pursued a career in movies, making appearances in The Squid and The Whale. The center of Phoebe's purpose and her greatest joy were her children. She has frequently stated that the most rewarding experience of her life has been parenting them. Phoebe Cate is 60 years old and still has a young appearance. She continues to lead a happy and contented life with her family, 2 lovely children, and her devoted husband, and is frequently compared to a lady in her 40s. The tale of Phoebe Cate serves as a potent reminder that happiness does not necessarily require one to live up to social norms or pursue celebrity. Finding simplicity and serenity while doing what you love is frequently the path to true fulfillment. Few people have the guts to follow the path that Phoebe did. She now leads a happy, purposeful life away from the bustle of Hollywood. Phoebe Cate, who has an estimated net worth of $35 million, is a live example of how prosperity and simplicity can coexist. We appreciate you staying through the entire video.